There's only a few things that really get people upset when it comes down to pretty much anything automotive related. It comes down to your brand preference. It usually comes down to what you think is like aesthetically pleasing, and then it comes down to how you use your car and how you build it. And usually when you go into one of these three segments, you're gonna find a lot of angry people on the internet that are arguing one way or another. It's like somebody kicked their cat, they're upset, they're angry, we're angry, they just wanna be mean in the YouTube comments, which totally doesn't hurt my feelings at all. But when it really comes down to it, one of the biggest discussions that we get into is the fact that, well, you know, wheels have different designs, and a lot of times they have designs that are similar to one another. And the real question comes up as to why rep wheels even exist to begin with. When you look at the dawn of time, which is something Mario hates when I say, wheels have been around for quite a long time, especially when you consider how many times you can make a 5-spoke. There's probably about 42 different variants of a 5-spoke depending on which sort of configuration you make. At the end of the day, there's only certain designs that you can make in so many ways until you start running out of stuff where it just looks ugly. You can look back 10 or 15 years and look at the 62 wheel lineup in certain brands, and 61 of them were pretty fucking bad. When you go into rep wheels though, a lot of people get feisty. There's companies out there that sell $4,000 5-spokes, and yet nobody seems to bat an eye. But when the $400 set of 5-spoke wheels come out, everybody loses their mind when it comes down to if they're rep wheels or if they're even fake wheels. So we're gonna go in today to decide if rep wheels really deserve the hate, or are they worth it? It's something that a lot of people tend to fight about in the comments. It's something that a lot of people tend to talk about because they want to understand why somebody would spend $4,000 on a set of wheels, or why somebody wouldn't spend $500 on a set of used multi-piece wheels. Because at the end of the day, the world is large. You know, the night is dark and full of terrors, but you can get pretty much like anything on the internet if you're willing to take a risk. So I'm Alex from Fitment Industries, and let's just get right into it. Also, the plug. FitmentIndustries.com if you need wheels, tires, suspension. You good? We're good? Subscribe? Did you hit the bell? The thing? Okay, so rep wheels essentially came from, well, a long time ago in the 70s and 60s. Rep wheels were one of those things where when designs started to come out, especially in the domestic market, there's only so many ways you could design the wheel. You can take a look back into the 70s to see that rep wheels were a thing pretty much the moment that aftermarket wheels became a thing. You had the infamous torque thrust that had its iconic 5-spoke, and then shortly thereafter, somebody else would take that same exact design, make it a little bit wider, make the spacing a little bit bigger, and then they sold it as their own variant of the torque thrust, and people got mad. Back in the day though, they didn't have Facebook, so I would assume that like maybe they had like carrier pigeons that they would like send to the house. It was like an owl, like Harry Potter, and then like I don't know what happened in the 50s. Okay, I wasn't born then. But really what it comes down to is that there's always been something like that. And as the automotive community grew in the domestic market, and the Japanese market, and the European market, all these wheels started coming in. Everybody was having a great time, and then people in America saw Japan designs and they'd be like, yo, why don't we do that? Or Japanese designs saw American designs like, yo, why don't we do that? And then the Europeans are over there like, nah bro, we're just gonna smoke a lot of weed and we're gonna come up with some crazy ass Euro designs. Screw those other guys, because Volkswagen Beetles are just the way to go for life. I don't know if that's actually how it went, but ultimately what ended up happening is the companies started sharing a lot of these designs, started taking cues from a lot of different designs, and then that's where the competition really started to get fierce. As really the decades progressed, it got easier and easier to get into the automotive market. You have to remember that when it comes down to getting into factories, you pretty much just need enough money or enough partners to go in and say, hey, please make this design. Cast wheels don't cost that much at the end of the day, and unfortunately people know that. So there's some people that are in it for the wrong reasons, but they end up making these designs in these factories that come over here, and then they sell them, and then you're like, wait a minute, I know what that looks like. That looks like X wheel. So why do people buy that rep wheel? Now we're not talking about fake wheels, but we're talking about rep wheels. Rep wheels, I would say, are something that look pretty darn similar to something, but aren't trying to be passed off as an exact copy. That would be a fake wheel. That would be 885 wheels. If you want to get a hoot, go type that in. It's a pretty fun time. A lot of times people buy rep wheels is just pretty much because they don't know. There's people that will go out and get their first set of wheels. They don't know what they want, but they drive a Nissan 350Z. They want to know what fits, and they go out there and they see these cool mesh style wheels, and that's what they pick up. But then later somebody tells them that they bought some rep BBS RSs and they don't know any better. And sometimes they don't really care. At the end of the day, They want a wheel that fits them, they want a wheel that's in their pocketbook, and they don't really want to deal with a lot of the messes and expensive price points of some of those original wheels. But the third one is that, honestly, anything can be really perceived as a rep wheel. If you really break it down, there's lots of wheels that are out there in the car community today. You look at different 5 spokes, different 6 spokes, double 7 spokes, double 9 spokes, different multi-piece spokes. You can look at different designs, step lips, forged configurations. You can actually even find out that there are a lot of companies that just rebrand the same designs from private label companies. At the end of the day, a lot of these guys buy their designs from like some of the same people. What are the cons of you running rep wheels? Because at the same time, there are some pretty good points that you want to be considerate of if you're looking to buy a set of wheels. And the first one comes down to is just the fact that you're not getting the original wheel. But a lot of times you're not getting the tech in the real wheels. You're not supporting the real wheel brand. A lot of times people will say that you don't support the real wheels, the ones that actually brought it into the country, and to a point they have, a pretty good valid point to stand on. And a lot of people align with OG companies. A lot of people align with the original traditional companies because they're very prideful. They're very honest. They take a lot of pride in their work and they're very truthful. They have a lot of technology in their wheels and they want you to know that. And then the people that buy these original wheels want other people to know that. And when they see somebody else completely disregarding that and they either don't know or don't care, it can almost be like a slap to the face. And that's why a lot of times original wheel people or people that like the OG stuff get very, very mad when you're not buying that stuff, because at the end of the day, they feel like you're not taking a respect to where it came from. And then finally, I would say the other thing is that, if you really think about it, original wheels are original wheels. They are the ones that are here and they've been here before, and they'll likely last longer than a lot of rep wheels. But is it worth it to you? You have to remember that it comes back to what you want and what is important to you. Because at the same time, if something that's important to you is getting a nice set of new wheels for your car, and it doesn't come down to what's rep and what's not rep, you can find a lot of really good wheel brands that aren't reps but aren't super expensive. And at the same time, you can also find, if that's your thing, rep wheels on nice tires to go bash them in at the drift track, then go do that. That's the whole joy of being in the car community, is that you can pick what you want. And at the same time, if you're an original wheel guy, then you can go get the original wheel. It's not gonna be so black and white for everybody, and that's where a lot of people have to understand, because some people are gonna place a lot of value on their wheels and some people are not, and they'd rather put their money into tires because they're an adult and that's what actually connects you to the ground. Get yourself some good tires, guys. I swear to God, if I see another set of $5,000 wheels on some cheapo tires, I'm gonna lose my mind. Just get some Neogens or get some Invos, or get some, I'm sorry, this is a neutral debate topic on rep wheels and not rep wheels. Okay, so what it comes down to is this: what do you want? It really, that's all it is. And if you're okay with understanding what you want, then go get it. But understand that a lot of times you can get flack in either direction. There are some people that'll laugh at those that spend $3,000 on a set of wheels, and there are some people that will laugh at those that get designs that aren't the original designed wheels. We're just here to help you guys figure out what you want. Let us know in the comment section what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Alex from Fitment Industries. If you're looking for wheels, tires, suspension, anything in between, check out fitmentindustries.com. We have all of it. Literally, you can check out our wheel wall. It looks like a goddamn Christmas tree over there. We will see you later. Peace.